So I'm with Jason Clarke, CEO of TrueEV, who is the distributor for XPENG.
Thanks so much. Today actually is the first day that XPENG brand has been revealed in Australia. So here at the Electric SUV Expo here in Melbourne, it's fantastic. Response has been amazing. Very, very happy.
There's ways to just put yourself on the map, and I think a flying car has to be one of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The XPENG X is possibly one of the most exciting innovations I've seen in the, if you can even say, motoring space. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so the XPENG X2, known as the flying car, is an EV toll. So it's EV takeoff and landing. It doesn't have wheels, but it is very relevant. And what I mean by that, it's not a marketing gimmick. This is highly sophisticated piece of technology. So it is being flown and registered in Dubai, also in China. Well, we're not going to see it today at school pickup and drop off, sadly.
Because I'm running really late. I was hoping you would take me there.
I know, but it is relevant. And we think that it's going to be used more for, say, emergency services, to be able to deploy a team very quickly to get to a position where there's high traffic or fire or something, and it can just fly around that. But also rural areas and more remote areas where there's a need to get to a point quickly.
So from an emergency perspective, an agricultural perspective, this really has a place, which is
absolutely,
amazing.
because a helicopter is quite intrusive. You know, it's burning a lot of petrol, it's loud, it's big, it's dangerous. This does the same thing, but in a fraction of the time. It's eco-friendly as well.
Now, a lot of people are getting very uptight about the whole idea of road rules, regulations. Do you need licensing? Now, obviously, with any advance in technology, laws have to keep a pace. So what's your advice to people who are getting very uptight about the fact that, is this going to cause crashes in the sky?
Yeah, well, you know, crashes do occur, but, you know, you can't just go and put an order in for a XPENG X2 and think you can take that home and go flying. Look, it has the same framework and restrictions as, say, helicopter, so you need to be approved and authorized pilot, has the same regulations. There's a altitude limit of 1,000 meters. It's got a 35-minute run time, so you can do about 75-kilometer range at about 130 kilometers an hour.
So we call this low altitude mobility, really.
That is what we call that, which is low altitude mobility, and that's what it is, the future of mobility.
Yeah, so around 1,000 meters or lower.
Plenty high enough for me.
That's right. I don't want to go much higher than that, especially if I'm behind the controls there. On that note, and a good segue is, are we looking at autonomous driving, piloting here?
The same technology for autonomous driving is the same bedrock or base for the XPENG car range as well. So yeah, that's available.
And can I add, it really is a thing of beauty. I mean, it really stirred something in me seeing this, because you've got that beautiful cockpit, those lovely sort of teardrop shape in terms of its design. You know, from a design perspective, it really is a work of art.
Yeah, well, at our expo stand, you can see it's a centerpiece of our display, but you can also see with what you're saying there, the consistency with the design of the vehicles as well. So we've got the G6, the G9 large SUV, the X9 MPV, as well as the P7 sports sedan. But you can see there's correlation between, although you can see the same intent in design and quality and architecture in all those vehicles.
Now, I hate to bring everyone back down to earth, but we're going to get a little bit more tangible. The G6, which is something that will be available to Australians. This is just a really smart mid-size SUV. I was really, really impressed with this.
You were surprised by that, right? When you got in it and looked around?
I was not saying that I'm a jaded motoring journalist, but I saw it. And I think a couple of things really struck me. One was the technology. So talk me through the two things that will help appease a bit of anxiety in Australians, which is one, the speed of charging, and two, the range.
Yeah, so the range for our long-range cars is 570 kilometers, which is significant.
That's significant.
And that is great. The charge time, that is amazing. So that you can go from 10 to 80% charge. So get up to 80% charge in 20 minutes. That is it.
Amazing. And that so closes the gap between, say, petrol cars as well, when you're looking at 20 minutes for an 80% charge.
Yeah, it's game changing. Yeah, absolutely. It's lost on a lot of people. So when you're researching EVs, there's fear of, range anxiety,
Yep.
as we talked about before, that's very real. But when you start getting longer range and your charge time's fast, then that starts to dissipate, go away, and you get much more confident with your vehicle.
And if you're looking at a range of 500 kilometres plus, I mean, you shouldn't be driving that long anyway without having a coffee and charging it.
A responsible driver.
That's right, but seriously, so that's it's amazing. And it's a good looking car too, and I like the colour of the one we have down there.
That is fiery orange, which is what we look at. It comes also white, midnight black, silver, and grey.
Yeah, that's what we call the Melbourne palette, right? Which is black, white, silver, grey.
Well, we've got the Sydney fiery orange.
Yeah, I'm glad.
There we go, with a white or a black interior.
Yeah.
It's a striking car. It's sleek, sophisticated. We like to say it's intelligent as well, and adventurous.
Now, you're speaking of intelligent, it really does pay attention and listens to you more than your kids will, more than your partner will. Tell me about this car.
Yeah, so XPENG invest heavily in AI. So within the technology within the car, the voice control for passengers to be isolated independently to provide signals or messages to the control. So back passengers can, hey XPENG, please, wind down. Sorry, please lower rear windows.
Open the boot, whatever. It does it. It listens to you.
Yep, absolutely.
And I guess this is what XPENG has above a lot of other companies, because you've got the car, obviously you've got the flying car, AI and robotics as well. So really, if you can fuse all of that together, it's quite a technologically advanced machine.
It's very impressive, yeah, as you just said. So XPENG, the Australian population probably not aware of XPENG. Motor journalists industry very much more aware of it because of the size and the moves and the noise that they're making in China.
Yeah.
They're a very serious player, and it's a very, very serious vehicle. We're very, very impressed.
Now, with all that build-up, you're thinking this is going to get expensive. So what can Australians expect to pay for the G6?
So the G6, we're restricted to announce the final retail price until launch, but I think you could safely say it's drive away for less than $60,000.
That's pretty impressive.
It's very
Very
impressive.
impressive.
A lot of capability for
Yeah.
price.
It's more than that. It's a lot of technology and a lot of luxury for that price.
Absolutely, yeah.
Of course, the G6 is something Australians can get their little mitts on pretty soon, but soon to come is the X9. Now, honestly, Jason, this puts the va-va-voom into van. If you ever thought people movers were incredibly uncool, think again. This is game-changing.
Yeah, MPVs have been reimagined by XPENG, that is for sure. So the X9 7-seater really is something unique. We're very excited by that car. So we hope to have that on sale here end of 2025. We're taking expressions of interest, but I've watched people today sit in it. They're reclined, they're relaxed in the captain's chair, the drop-down flat screen, the fridge, boot space. It's amazing.
It's astounding. When I was growing up, all we had was I Spy with my little eye. We'd have to play out the window, play it out the window. Passengers are often an afterthought in a lot of cars, certainly not in the X9. So in the back seat there for your little kiddlywinks, you've got that, it's like a cinema screen and a fridge.
Yeah.
And reclining chairs and fold-down tables.
Lie flat chairs with in-seat massage. You can change the mood. You can go into meditation mode. You can choose your mood, and you can have fragrance to match.
Oh, stop it. It's like beyond first class, right?
It's beyond first class.
But also a bit cool too, because the sound system, which I find very important in cars, is next level. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So absolutely. So 18 speaker systems. The sound is pristine. Like at the bottom end, the speakers are amazing. The delivery of the entertainment is top shelf.
Yeah, amazing. Have you been surprised today, looking more broadly at the Electric SUV Expo, in terms of how intrepid, for want of a better word, a lot of these consumers are? Like, I'm really astounded. They're getting in cars, they're asking questions, they're pressing buttons. they're keen. They want to know more. They're very open-minded.
Yeah, it's been very surprising. It's been the most interactive car show that I've been to maybe ever. So usually it's hands off. But today the audience, they're, like you said, they're right in there. They're like boots going up, seats are going back, massages on, the sound's on, connecting Bluetooth, like tunes are on. I love it. I think it's amazing. And that's how these cars should be experienced. Get in it, understand the quality, look at the features, check it out. It's been great.
So finally, Jason, in a market that's obviously getting very, very busy, you've got keen buyers out there.
Yeah.
Why would I buy your car? Why would I come to your brand when it's a little bit unknown?
Well, it is unknown, and we've launched just today, and that's okay. So we're away now. People are starting to become aware of XPENG. So you check out XPENG and you see it's a big company. They're serious. They're listed on the New York Stock Exchange and also the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. They have a huge market capitalization, and they're a new mover in the smart EV market in China. So that's the background and the pedigree. Their focus is technology, lifestyle, mobility. So it's unique. They themselves, their brand message is intuitive, courageous, and lively.
Oh,
it's
I like
not
that.
We make good cars. Like it's different, and it's joyous, and it's fun, and it's adventurous. But on top of that, the highest quality materials, technology that we can get.
I'm sold. Now I just need you to fly me to school pickup because I'm running really late.
Let's go.